This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Netflix. Ayn Rand is the hero of so many different conservatives throughout the country. The Paul Ryans and Clarence Thomas and Alan Greenspan. They've all praised her to no end. Senator Rand Paul, you're going to see him in the video in a second. And they love her because she is the person who has come up with the theory of, like, only care about yourself. Who gives a damn about anybody else? You know, Atlas Shrugged, Fountainhead, etc. Now, you know, I think it's an interesting theory. I think it's worthwhile to discuss. I don't dismiss it out of hand at all, right? But it's a little unbalanced, to say the least. I'm a person who believes, hey, you know what? The individual matters a lot, and we have to protect the individual. At the same time, community matters, and we're probably better off with some sort of balance. And Ayn Rand doesn't believe that. She thinks, no, I don't care about anybody else, as she's about to tell you, right? So people called American Values Network have decided that they're going to do an ad to educate people about her because so many of the Republicans base their whole philosophy on her, and there's a lot you might not know about her.
I am against God. I don't approve of religion. It is a sign of a psychological weakness. I regard it as evil.
Who is Ayn Rand? And more importantly, why has she had such a profound impact on Republican leaders, like Senator Ron Johnson, who called Rand's novel Atlas Shrugged his foundation book, and Senator Rand Paul, who said he is a fan?
You are out to destroy almost every edifice in the contemporary American way of life, our Judeo-Christian religion. You scorn churches and the concept of God. Are these accurate criticisms?
Yes, I am the creator of a new code of morality and morality, not based on faith.
Rush Limbaugh called her brilliant, and Fox and Friends declared her movie a victory for capitalism. And as for the author of the Republican budget, Paul Ryan,
Ayn Rand, more than anyone else, did a fantastic job of explaining the morality of capitalism, the morality of individualism. And this, to me, is what matters most.
what matters most to you?
Republicans devoutly, almost praying to such a devout atheist is fascinating, right? I wonder how that would please or not please their voters if they found out, right? But to me, I'm an agnostic, so I don't mind that. I find that interesting, right? But what is much more relevant is when Paul Ryan, talked about how she really displays the real morality of capitalism. And I think that part is true in their mind. For the Republican view of capitalism is that there actually is no morality. You get whatever you can get and screw everyone else. That you have no obligations to your community, you have no obligations to your fellow man, and that is why Ayn Rand didn't like the Judeo-Christian heritage. Because agree or disagree, part of that, a very strong part of that heritage is you help the poor, you help the needy, you help others, right? And she didn't like that at all. She only wanted to help herself. Now, if you think she's already a little out there, wait till you find out who one of her heroes was. And Mark Ames wrote a very interesting piece about this on Alternate. Apparently in her diaries, she talked about how much she admired William Edward Hickman. And she, in fact, might have based her hero, John Galt, in Atlas Shrugged on him. So who is William Edward Hickman? Well, back in 1927, he was a guy that was discovered to be a serial killer who killed a 12-year-old girl and dismembered her. Now, when you get into the details of that crime, it is unbelievably horrific. I mean, he dismembered her. So you begin to get a sense of it. The details are even worse. This is what she wrote about him in her diaries. Other people do not exist for him, and he does not see why they should. He has no regard whatsoever for all that society holds sacred, and with a consciousness all his own, he has the true innate psychology of a Superman. He can never realize and feel other people. To her, that was the ultimate goal. That's what they call a Superman, you know, whether Nietzsche's writing about it, although he was much more nuanced about it than she was. Nietzsche is a brilliant writer in a lot of ways, agree or disagree. I think Ayn Rand, when you read her, is incredibly simple. She just goes to the one extreme, and look at what she says. This serial killer who dismembered a 12-year-old girl, he's a Superman because he No one else matters to him. And this is the person that these Republicans pray at the altar of. Get a load of Netflix. They deliver the movie to your house, no late charges, free shipping.
You can watch thousands of movies or TV shows straight on your PC or on your television through a gaming console.
Netflix.com/TYT. Free trial membership. You get Netflix all over you.